having an excellent Sunday slash Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. So yeah, I've had these figures for a while. I actually have a ton of Black Wars, Star Wars Black Series figures that I've just kind of, other things have, been more prominent, Transformers and Toku stuff, and so I haven't really reviewed any of them, and I didn't really know if anyone even cared because I know a lot of other people review them. So I don't know. I just figured, want to get through this backlog, just go ahead and open these up. I mean, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I would say half the reason I decided to grab all these is because they're doing this spine art now, and it looks really, really cool. I mean, I really enjoyed Rebels. It was a great show, and luckily, I didn't really have too many of these. I did have Kanan already, so he is here, and I'm pretty sure it's the exact same figure, so I may not open him. If we go ahead and take a look, I'm pretty sure he is the same. But I got this on clearance, like at a Kohl's or something, for $5. So I didn't really feel that guilty about rebuying him for the box. I mean, like I said, this was only like $5, so I don't really feel guilty about that. But I could take a look at him with the rest of the crew. But like I said, I'll probably leave this Kanan in the box. But I love this spine art. I absolutely love this. I think this looks great. I mean, purple is a great color choice. I think that looks really sharp. And I'm also just really excited for Zeb because he just looks amazing. Like when they announced they were making him, I was really excited because he looks really, really cool. So hold on. This guy's name is Zeb Orrelios. That is a name. In any case, he looks great. I think these are going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and let's open Zeb first, because he's the one I'm really super excited for. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the tape here. How's everyone doing today? How's their Sunday going? Tommy Lulu in the chats. What's up, Tommy Lulu? And depending on how long these all take to open, I do have some other ones too. So let's see how long this takes. But love this packaging. Definitely keeping this packaging. All right, we got Zeb. Go ahead and open him up. So he's got his signature weapon. I'm not really sure what the heck this thing is. But it looks like this can hinge out. So I guess if he wants to hold it, I really don't know what this thing is. I'll be honest. I guess it's a staff of some kind. Do these affect pieces? Oh, I see these extend out. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. And it looks like you can turn these around. So a decent amount of articulation on this weapon here. Hey, Akshay Raul. You were so funny on Josh's Fan First Friday live stream reaction. Oh, well, thank you very much. Tommy says, my wallet lives another day with no announcement of any Gokaiger artisan items. Yeah, that's true. All right, so these seem to rotate, and then these extend. So that's kind of cool. Oh, this can even... Oh, wow. So there's a lot going on with this thing. Because I was going to say, on the show, I think he used it as a gun from time to time, if I remember correctly. Do these effect pieces come off? Maybe? Yes. Okay, so if you want to put it in, like, I guess, rifle mode, I think this would probably go in. This would probably go in like this, maybe? Maybe shorten it? I don't know. From what I remember on the show, and it's been a minute since I've seen Rebels, but from what I remember, this was like a staff / rifle weapon for him. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if it says anywhere on the packaging. Yeah, there's not really any directions or anything with it, so. But let's go ahead, let's get Zeb out of here. Spending far too much time focusing on his weapon. All right, let's read some comments here. Tommy says, are they going to do more Rebels figures with their other looks? I don't know. That's a good question. They certainly could do Ezra when he got his like haircut and switched to the green lightsaber, so they could definitely do that. I'll put this back over here. All right, so he looks good. Really nice face sculpt. I think they did a great job with him. Let's see. So this should have a hinge. Looks like definitely a ball joint. There we go. All right, so we got movement there, side to side. Nice solid shoulder joints. Unfortunately, because of the shoulder pads. Oh no, there we go. You just kind of have to angle it somehow. Now see, this one goes all the way out, no trouble. This one stops about there, which is weird. But then you got a nice elbow joint, rotation there. I always find with the bigger figures that the joints are a lot more fluid because they're larger. Anytime they make them really skinny, that's when I find they always run into problems. So this guy's solid. This guy's great. He's got a hinge there in the wrist, swivel. Looks like a ball joint in the torso there at the waist. You can do all kinds of funky dancing. Got a ball joint in the hip. Move that around. We got thighs, swivels. That's kind of a tight joint there. I don't really want to break that. Looks like we got a double jointed knee, which also feels very tight. Oh, and he's got a weird knee joint as well. And then he's got an ankle joint. He's got a ton of articulation. All right, so we do have a weird, like, I don't know what you'd call that, shin joint? Humans don't have this joint. But he's got a joint there. He's got a joint here at the ankle. Then he's got double jointed knees, although they're very tight. Oh, wow, they don't want to move. Like, the bottom one will move. They must be painted. Yeah, see how they painted the back of this joint? It's making it really not want to move. The bottom ones are okay. I'll have to mess with that later. I'll probably have to try to free them. Well, I could try it now. Let's see. Let's make sure that there's paint's not seizing up the joint. There it goes. Wow. Whew. That is really tight joint. There we go. Okay, so we do have double joints there in the knees, but wowzers are they tight. So if you pick this guy up, definitely be careful with that. And then we got the weird shin joint. But yeah, he's really great. I really like him a lot. I just think it's funny. I literally just said, oh, the bigger figures don't have trouble with their joints. And then he's got the tightest knee joints I've ever seen. How does he stand? Now, with his legs, is he supposed to, I would assume this is probably supposed to go back and then this is supposed to bend a little forward, right? Is that how he's supposed to stand? Is that why they give us this weird knee joint? So if we bend this, something like that. All right. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've seen Rebels, but I kind of remember him having like a stance like this. All right, I obviously have one of them bent too much or not enough. All right, this should probably be like this. I'm really bad at posing figures. What's up, Adam Prime? I'm probably missing comments here. you should get a hairdryer to loosen the joints. Yeah, it's not so much that they're like, I don't know. They probably do need some kind of something, but I think it was really just the paint was having them sealed. But I don't know. I like them though. I think the head sculpt looks great. The arms have really nice articulation. The paint's really nice too. I think he looks solid there. And you probably don't have to pose him like this with the crazy bent legs if you don't want to, but you can. And then let's go ahead and give him this giant weapon. Oh, you just woke up? Nice. Nicely done. Yeah, he looks good. I like him. I like him a lot. I think the paint looks great. I think the color scheme's fun. Very reminiscent of how he looks on the show. I'm happy with him. Very nice. All right, next up we have Chopper. Whoops. He's not going to want to stand up for me now. Come on. We'll lean him back. Chopper should be much easier because obviously there's not nearly as much articulation to worry about. So let's see what we have in store for him. Cut all the tape on these. Let me zoom out here. That's all the way out. Okay. So it looks like he's got some extra legs. An extra leg. See, sometimes I kind of wish they came with instructions for all these extra pieces because it's not always super intuitive, I gotta be honest. He's got a wheelie, which I'm assuming, whoops, and I can fling that across the room. Then it looks like he's got an extra leg. And then he's got this kind of blast effect piece. Okay. Let's see what we're working with here. He looks great. He's got his little bent radar thing there. He's got, oh wow, he's got the little droid arms on the side of his head. That's fantastic. That is awesome. Oh, and they have articulation. They have a hinge, so they can hinge there, they can hinge there, and they can also bend forward. That is fantastic. And then the whole dome can swivel. He's got leg movement, nothing out to the side. He's got wheels on the bottom so he can roll. Now he's got this piece in the middle, which you can see goes in here. And then he can look like he's flying. Or you can take that piece out and put this piece in, and then it looks like he's rolling. Or I guess that's supposed to... Wow, that really goes all the way up in there. Let me see if I can... I guess it goes in there for storage, and then... Is there something on the back, maybe? No. Alright, let's see what else. Does this open up? It looks like this opens up as well, but I can't... There we go. That's pretty awesome. So this little panel flips out, just like R2. There we go. So you can kind of put this in about there to give him like a third leg, like he's rolling around on the floor or on the ground, you know what I mean? I think the hands up here are absolutely fantastic. And then, like I said, he does have the effect piece to pop this in, so it looks like he's blasting off. And then he's got this crazy effect piece that you can plug into here, so you can stand him up like he's flying. That's really fun. I like that a lot. That's really cool. I don't know what this extra leg is for. I'm assuming one of these comes off. Let's see, how does this connect on there? Okay, so I'm guessing if you want uniformity, because that way the legs would look the same, or you can have this one. Again, I don't remember. I'm assuming he got a different leg at some point in the show. So he must have had two different looks. But that's very simple. You just pop that off. It's like a little ball joint, and you can pop that on there. That's pretty awesome. I think they did a great job with this guy. He's got the little droid arms up here. The dome swivels, really nicely painted. He's got the wheel third leg that can pop out. You got a little bit of movement here, and then obviously these can bend. They don't bend a ton, but they can bend a little bit, as you can see, just to kind of give them that. Hey, what's up? Is it Toa Brony? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining. Action figure expert, hello. How am I doing? I'm pretty good. Opening up some Star Wars figures here. So I don't know. These don't articulate all that much. It almost feels like weird to try to bend them. I guess maybe they go a little bit more than I thought. They kind of feel like they don't want to move. So I don't know. It's weird. But overall, I think Chopper's pretty great. He doesn't have a ton of articulation, but he's got great effect pieces. I love the little arms that pop out. This little arm pops out as well. And just overall, really nice paint and design. So yeah, Chopper's awesome. So let's put him off to the side. Zoom back out. Put this plastic piece back in the box. All right. Close this up. Put him back there. All right, next up we have Ezra Bridger. Now this is definitely his earlier design. Like Tommy was mentioning earlier, later on he kind of shaved his head and he got a green lightsaber. So he looked very different later on in the show. I want to say maybe after season 2, maybe the first 2 seasons he looked like this, and then starting with season 3 he got the haircut. So I don't know if they'll go back and do, because it's been a while since these came out. I mean, these came out a good year ago, maybe 2 years ago at this point. I'm not really sure. Feels like it's been a while. Just knocking everything over here. You can't see it, it's off camera. Okay, you know what? Stop. Take him out of here. All right, so he's got this helmet. He wore this in the very beginning. Oh, I thought it was going to be a different head. You actually can fit that over his head. That's pretty cool. I do really like this lightsaber. Does the blade come out? Looks like it probably will. There it goes. So he can use this just as a weapon, because on the show that's a gun, you can see right there. So you just fire that and then it would ignite out the top. So kind of like the Muso saber. Combination gun and sword. Have I seen the weird Mega Construct Skeletor heads? Are those like it's a plastic shell that looks like a head and then there's Mega Blocks inside? Because I remember they announced those a while ago. I did say your name correctly. Excellent. Oh, you Earth Grander in English, huh? When did they start doing that? They're dubbing Earth Grander in English? That's interesting. I feel like the series is probably almost done in Japanese. I think the last one I watched was 40? Something like that. Maybe 41. It was either 40 or 41. I honestly can't remember. So here's Ezra. Is his eyes messed up? I feel like the one eye is way more blue than the other. It's a little weird. These are kind of weird in general just because they have to kind of take like CGI graphics and turn it into like a actual human looking person. So he's got elbow bend and rotation. He's got shoulder movement. It's pretty good. Head's on a ball joint. Let's go ahead and put this helmet on. That actually works pretty well. Fits pretty snug too. It's not going anywhere. Let's see if it takes any paint off with it. That's the real question. No, surprisingly good. See, other than his eyes being a little weird, which is kind of creeping me out. Let's see, we have wrist swivel. Does he have a hinge? Yes, he does. At least this one does. Earth Grander in English came online 2 months ago, and twice a week there are 2 episodes online. Oh, okay. How is it? Have you watched it? Is it good? Is it a good dub or is it weird? Sometimes dubs aren't always that successful. Got some movement there in the torso. Let's see what we got here. This isn't moving so great. All right, let's check out his elbows. His elbows? No, these are his knees. I don't know why I always switch the word elbow and knees. I don't know why I do this, but I do it a fair amount. Okay, got some not too bad movement in the knees there. And we got the ankle joint, pretty standard. I'm having some difficulty with the hips here. The hips are not really wanting to move all that much. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with his hips too much. Honestly, they're weird. They don't really want to move. The hinge is not working so great. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that because that doesn't feel like it's. That feels like it wants to snap off as soon as I try to move it. So that's a bummer. All right, we'll give him his lightsaber here. Now it does look like you can put the blade here, which is pretty cool. So it has this little hook on the end. Actually, it's probably just supposed to go on this part of the hilt. Okay. Or not? How are we doing here? There we go. Something like that. Obviously, you would unhook the blade, and then it would just sit there on his hip. I always appreciate when they do that. I think that's pretty cool. And now we will put this in his hand. It looks like they gave him a trigger finger, which I guess makes sense because it's also a gun. So yeah, for the most part, I think he looks good. I'm worried about those hip joints because they're really weird. But as long as you just kind of pose him normally, shouldn't be too much of an issue, I guess. I think he looks good. I think the lightsaber looks good. I think articulation for the most part is good. Just those hips kind of scare me because they don't... Oh, he's got a thigh swivel. Okay. I see that there now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with those hips, but they seem dangerous, and I do not want to break them. As for Adam Prime's question of the Skeletor heads, I have not seen them in person, but I have seen them a while ago. I think it was like last Toy Fair they announced them, and I saw pictures of them. They're okay, I guess. It really just depends on, how much you care about what's inside, but they're kind of like very tiny little builds, like say... I call them like atmosphere builds because it's just kind of like a little scene somewhere with two characters or something like that. Hey Orville, thanks for joining. Earthgrinder English is my favorite program, and sorry I have a late response. My English is not that good. I use Google Translate. Oh, no problem. You're doing fine. You're doing absolutely fine. I'm glad that the Google Translate works that well for you. That's great. Okay, so next up is Kanan. And as I explained a little bit earlier, I do already have Kanan. He's the only one from the team that I already had. But like I said, I got this on clearance at Kohl's for like $5, so I didn't really feel bad rebuying this. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave him in the box. There's no point to... I mean, as far as I can tell, they're literally exactly the same. So I'll show off this figure, but I'm not going to bother to open him. I bought it for the spine art. He's right in the middle. If he was on one of the ends, I would have let it go, but he's right in the middle. But it's a good figure. He's got a gun here in the holster. Works well. Fits right in there. His lightsaber comes apart because if you remember in the very early show, he would keep it in two parts to kind of hide the fact that he was a Jedi. Because if he was walking around with a lightsaber on him the whole time, people would question it. But what you're supposed to do is take this off, take this part, and this clips in here on the back. You can see the big peg. And that just clips in there. And then I forget this part. Oh, that's right. So you take the blade off, and then this piece here clips onto his belt in the front here, like that. And so that way he could kind of keep the two pieces separate, and then they wouldn't know he was a Jedi. And then when, you know, something went down, he would take this part, clip them together, pop it in his hand, and then boom, he's got a lightsaber. But yeah, it's a cool figure. I really think that's fun that they recreated that. The gun looks really good. Articulation's pretty standard. I'm pretty sure these were all done before butterfly joints were a thing. So, because this spine art here is a re-release. These were all done a while ago. These originally were released in the normal old packaging. But he's got a hinge, swivel. He's got a normal shoulder there. So, pretty standard. Is my video jumping? I feel like every now and then I see the video jump. Is anybody else experiencing that? I don't know if that's YouTube or my internet or what. But yeah, this is definitely a good figure. I definitely like it a lot. So he's pretty great. The heads do have some cool stuff like the cliff climber. Yeah, I forget exactly which ones are what, but yes, I agree. Some of them look kind of neat. Next up, we have Hera Syndulla. She's got her flight suit. She looks pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and pop this open. Yeah, what are you guys all doing on this Sunday afternoon? Other than watching my live stream, of course. You have any plans for later on? Anybody doing anything fun? Anybody having anything delicious for dinner? I need dinner suggestions, so somebody make some delicious dinner suggestions. I want to hear what you guys are all having. All right, let's go ahead. So she comes with this very tiny little blaster. And that is her only accessory that she has. Now, I believe, if I remember correctly, she was done kind of toward the end of the run. So she might have a little bit better articulation. Oh, the video has been jumpy? Yeah, every now and then I see it jump a little bit. I'm wondering if I just have a bad connection or something, or not 100% sure what's going on with that, but we'll see how it goes. Hang in there. All right, put this down for now. All right, so let's see. Head sculpt. She looks good. Really nice. Paint's really good. Her head tails look pretty cool. All right, she's got a hinge and I'm guessing a ball joint. There we go. Yeah, so she's got a ball joint there and a hinge. She's got hinge shoulders as well as a rotation. Hinge in the elbow as well as a rotation. That's right. They do have a brief cameo. I think Chopper can be seen in one of the scenes in Rogue One. And I think they say Hera's name over like the intercom. But I don't think you see her. Maybe you see her, but it would be brief. I just remember her name being on the intercom. Her joints are nice, though. Her joints are very fluid. She's got double jointed knees here. Her hips are working great. Let's see how the ankles are looking good. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, she's great. Does she have somewhere to holster the blaster? That's the only thing. I love when they have little holsters, but not a big deal. She's got this very tiny little gun. Although, honestly, it's so small, it's not really fitting in her hand all that well. This one has a trigger finger. Let's try this hand. Yeah, it fits in that hand much better, so I guess she's left-handed. See if I can get the trigger in her hand. There we go. It's a very small blaster, but the figure's great. She looks great. Great paint applications on the head, tails, and the face. Everything looks really sharp there. And, oh, she does have a little spot down here on the leg. Awesome. I missed that at first. I love that. I love when they have little holsters. There you go. Right there on the side of the leg. Perfect. Yeah, she's great. She's really good. That holster just elevated her to like a perfect figure for me. All the joints are very fluid. The design looks great. The head sculpt looks great. Yeah, she's great. The ship, the Ghost. Yes, that's true. The Ghost is in the scene where they all attack. I forget the name of the planet, but at the end of the movie, they're all attacking that planet. And you're right. The Ghost is in the what would you call that? Grouping of ships, the crowd of ships. You're correct. You can see the Ghost. Yeah, I thought that was fun. I like that they made an effort to make those things canon. Like, they didn't have to make the Ghost canon, but they did, and that's awesome. So I'm very excited they did that. But yeah, she's great. All right, next up we have Sabine Wren. She's got a Mandalorian helmet, which is very cool. Let's go ahead. Now, she also went through a couple design changes because she would change the color of her hair somewhat frequently on that show. If I remember correctly, this is like her second hair color, because I think in the beginning she was... Or did she turn into green? She had green and blue hair at one point, and I can't remember if that was at the end of the show or the beginning of the show. Oh, you and your fiance are going to make steak? Well, that sounds delicious. And also, congratulations on your fiance. I don't know how recent that is, but either way, awesome. Congratulations. All right, so we got a Mando helmet here. Looks pretty good. This looks to be maybe some kind of like detonator or something. Oops. Very tiny accessory there. Not really sure what that is. My camera doesn't... kind of wants to focus, but doesn't want to. And then she's got 2 guns, because she does have dual wielding action. All right, let's see. I'm always a little nervous with the female figures because their limbs are so much thinner, and I'm always afraid that means they're more prone to breaking. There is a rumor that will be coming in Season 3 of Mandalorian. That would be amazing. I would love the Ghost to show up. One, because I just want to know that the Ghost crew is okay. I mean, the end of Rebels, and again, spoilers if you haven't seen Rebels yet, but you absolutely should. It's on Disney+. It's a great show. But all I'll say is the end of the show was a little open-ended. You know, they're on a search to find something or someone. And, you know, we know Ahsoka made it because she was already in Mandalorian. So I would assume that they're also okay because I believe she was with them at the end of Rebels. She had kind of joined up with them, so I think that should be doable. Her head sculpt looks pretty good. And they did a really nice job with the hair. And then all of this detail on her armor, because she's real into like graffiti art. So she paints up everything. Now, I don't know, is this, like, is that paint? I can't tell if that's supposed to be like that or if that's like paint bleeding through. Because I'm guessing that's the color underneath. Well, her shoulders are pretty nice. It's a nice joint. Elbows are working well. We got wrist joint here. And a swivel. There we go. That's moving well. We got a wrist joint there. Does she have a torso joint? Yeah, it looks like she does. Maybe not. It looks like there's a joint there, but it's not moving. Yeah, I'm just going to let that go because that feels completely solid. So I don't think that's happening. We got a hip joint, but it's a little stiff. Not moving too much. There we go. Not too much to the side. Got a thigh swivel there. Double jointed knees. Yeesh. That's really tight. Okay. This one's a little better. Yeah, both of these are okay. What's going on with this one? Oh. There we go. That just made a weird noise like when it clipped. But it's moving now. Okay, we're good there. And then ankle joints seem to be good. So that's good. Yeah, she's pretty great. Really nicely done. And then she's got the holsters for her guns, which I like a lot. And then we'll put one in her hand. But yeah, she would pretty much always dual wield. But she's got the trigger finger hands. So we should be able to line that up. Good stuff. And then let's check out the helmet. The helmet's going to be a tight fit, I think. Ooh, that's really tight. I don't know if that's going to fit. Yikes. Yeah, that does not fit. That's kind of a bummer. Her helmet does not fit. It looks great. I mean, if I really jammed it on there, because it's kind of a rubbery plastic, it's definitely meant to, move around, but oh goodness, this is going to mess up the paint. Well, I'm going to try it anyway. Let's be adventurous. Yeah, so I can only get it down about, yikes. Okay. Yeah, this was a bad decision. This is not great. Oh, yeah, this is not good. So I don't know why they made the helmet so small. It needs to be bigger. Oh no. Let's just be adventurous, famous last words. I'm sure I can get that off later. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay. Whew. Well, it doesn't look like it messed up the paint at all. So that's good news. But yeah, that is way too small. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to heat it up because I feel like if I heat it up, then it could get stuck to the head, and I definitely don't want that. But yeah, that really does not fit on there. I wonder why they would do that. I wonder why they would make it so small. She can wear Ezra's helmet. Yeah, it's a shame, Adam. That's really a bummer. The figure looks great, and the helmet looks great. I could have her just hold it. But I'll have to look and see if that's like a known issue, because you guys can see that is too small. I mean, here's the thing. I could probably jam it all the way on there, but then I feel like it's never coming off. So I'm just going to leave it off for now. That is a bummer. Oh, I'll give her this weird, like, detonator remote control thing, whatever that's supposed to be. And then we'll try to get her in a standing pose. So, figure looks great. Accessories are great. Just, it's a bummer that she can't actually wear the helmet. Why won't you stand? There we go. And Kanan's not standing now. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, that's a bummer. That's probably my biggest complaint so far. On the whole, these have been pretty good, honestly. But that's a real bummer. She does not fit in the helmet. Oh, you mean just Sabine would be in the Mandalorian? That would be cool, though. I mean, she's obviously got Mandalorian armor. I think she's from Mandalore, if I remember her lore correctly. Her Mandalore. Haha. Anyway, yeah, figure looks great. Just a bummer. Can't fit the helmet on the head. So that's a bummer. Last, but certainly not least, we have Ahsoka herself. It looks like an RC car controller. I could see that. So this is her towards the middle to end of Rebels. Now they've done another Ahsoka figure recently for the end of Clone Wars that just happened on Disney Plus. So I'll compare those in a minute, but let's go ahead and get this open first. Oh, why do these really don't stand that well? They really don't. Alright, so this one has the clear lightsabers, because she did have clear lightsabers at the end of Rebels. Well, I guess not clear. They were kind of white, just white light, but... Alright, I'll put this back in the box. Yes. Sabine did have the Darksaber at some point, so that's true. The Darksaber has been pretty prominent in Mandalorian, so that would be a good way to introduce her. That makes sense. So here is Ahsoka. She looks great. Let's see, head, move from side to side. Just a little bit of back and forth, but mostly side to side. Shoulder hinge and rotation. Elbow hinge and rotation. Let's see, we have a hinge and a rotation in the wrist as well. Again, they make these joints so thin. It always scares me. And then she's got clips on the side for the lightsabers, which is pretty cool. So it seems like a nice range of motion in the hips, which I appreciate. And then there's actually some cloth here on her skirt. And then she's got double jointed knees, which seem to be bending very nicely, which I appreciate. And then, yeah, typical hinge joint there for the ankles. So let's see, we'll give her the larger lightsaber over here. And then I will give her, well, first of all, I'll show off how you can clip these on, which I think is cool. You just take the lightsaber blade out. So if I have her stand for a moment, move these back. Don't fall over. So you just take the blade out. I think you take the blade out. Sometimes I can never tell with these. I feel like I'm breaking them. I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to come out. There we go. And then you would just clip this right there. And you could do that for both. But if you put this back in, and these even seem super thin, like when I'm trying to peg these in. And then we'll give her this lightsaber in this hand, although her hand is, okay, you can move it. It's not rubbery, but it's a pliable plastic. Which I feel like it has to be because she's got such a crazy grip on this. Why can't I get this in here? There we go. Try to move this. Does she have thigh swivels? Yes, she does. They're just completely hidden. Alright, and then we'll give her ankle tilt. Zoom out here a little bit. Yeah, she looks great. Now, I did want to do real quick comparison with the newer one from the Clone Wars. I do think the newer one from the Clone Wars looks better, but I do still really like this one. Now, she doesn't have the clip. She has little peg holes there to peg the blades, or the hilts of the blade, the lightsaber hilts onto her side there, as you can see over here. But she's got the hooks. So let's see, face sculpt. This one I think looks like more realistic if she was a person, and this one I think looks more like the show. So they're both good. I think they're both good in their own right. I'm happy to have both of them. I like Ahsoka a lot, so I'm happy to have both versions. But here you go. This is the crew of the Ghost. Got them all open and done. I would say they're all pretty great. I would say my favorites probably Zeb, probably Hera. Kanan's also really good. Ahsoka was great. I mean, honestly, they're all good. The only complaints I had across all of them, Ezra's hips are weird, and I didn't want to move them very much because I couldn't even really, like, it looked like it was just a peg in and then a hinge, but then the hinge didn't really want to move all that much, and it felt like when I was trying to move the hinge, the peg was going to break, so I wanted to be careful about that. And her helmet, Sabine's helmet not fitting. Those are really my only two problems. Otherwise, it's a great wave. I really liked Chopper. I thought he was great. He comes with a ton of extra pieces, which is awesome. Yeah, they were a lot of fun. I liked them a lot. I really did. I have to find a better pose for Zeb. But other than that, these were great. So if you have the opportunity to get these, I definitely recommend picking them up. I'm glad to finally have the entire Rebels crew. And yeah, I love that spine art. It's really, really cool. Let me go ahead and read some of these comments here. Ahsoka Tano is in Mandalorian Season 2 and she's getting her own show. Yes, that is true. Cody, hey, what's up, Cody? Got Primal. Excellent. Primal's very, very good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm done with Kingdom Wave 1 as well. I have pretty much all of Kingdom Wave 2 pre ordered, I think. So there's what? 2 core class. Um, is there 4? Let's see. There's Ractonite, Huffer. Who else is in Wave 2 Deluxes for Kingdom? Air Razor. And somebody else. Is it just those 3? Maybe it's just those 3. I definitely have those pre-ordered. I have Dinobot and Inferno pre-ordered. I don't think there's any new leader class figures in Wave 2. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. But yeah, Kingdom's great. You should definitely check out Kingdom. I'm going to review Black Arachnia, so that'll be up later today as well, when I get around to that. But yeah, so these are great. Oh, did I forget to put the... I forgot to put the thing back on this, I think. No, I didn't. One of these I did, apparently. Was it Sabine? Yes, it was. Oh, RC, yes. It's exactly the same as Earthrise RC. That's why I didn't bother with it. That's why my brain didn't even remember it. Because honestly, that figure is not very good. And it's been released way too many times as it is. So let's see. I do have some other ones. I might wait on them though, because we're already about 45 minutes in. I do have this Clone Trooper. I have Beskar Mando. I have the last of the holiday guys, because I had to get him way later than the other ones when I did the video. And then I have Count Dooku in the old style packaging. So I'm pretty sure all of these came in this same old style packaging, and then they re-released them in this packaging, in case anyone didn't get them. But that's pretty cool. Got through, what, 7 figures here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7. So pretty cool. Quick way of reviewing, getting these all done in this. I'm still skipping on her. Yeah, RC's really not that great, unfortunately. My problem with RC is I think she's just doomed to always be a parts former, or not a parts former, a shell former, because, you know, all her limbs are so thin that you can't turn them into anything. You can only tuck them away under something. So she's just, until they're willing to just remake, like, they just have to redesign her. You know what I mean? They'd have to make her, like, I've seen, what was it in recently? Was it one of the Netflix shows? Or no, it was in the Terminator comic. That's what I'm thinking of. In the Terminator comic, she was kind of a, like, 50s car, and I thought that was neat, and they were able to give her, like, you know, normal limbs. Like, she just needs to have, you know, normal limbs that can become part of the car. Otherwise, it's never going to work out. So, I mean, she can have a little bit of a backpack, because people have backpacks from time to time, but they need to get away from the G1 design and give her something newer. It's always going to be bad. I don't like the sword storage for Primal. Yeah, he doesn't really have it, really. I mean, it can clip on his back, but they don't... It's not like the original. The original toy, they went, like, inside, and the piece went down over top, so you didn't see them at all. And obviously that's not the case for Primal now, because, you know, he... he just has it clipped to the back. I mean, at least they clip to the back. I appreciate that, at least. Oh, sweet Dracula. What? I can't decide if I want Elita 1 or RC. I liked Elita 1. Okay. I mean, yes, it's the same mold, so it had similar problems, but I felt like, I don't know, for some reason, it just looked a little better. Maybe it's just because the maroon works a little better, or maybe because I already had low expectations going in. Like, when I first got RC, I thought she'd be great, and then I was kind of really bummed. I don't know. I mean, I have that mold as RC. Is it Greenlight or whatever the medic's name that came with Ratchet, and as Elita 1. So I'm good. I don't need any more of that mold. I've got far too many as it is. But I would say Elita 1's probably my favorite out of those 3, so if you're trying to figure out which one to get, Elita 1 might be the way to go. Also, I'm hoping to have. They should be here by now or very soon. I was able to get some of the Ahsoka troopers from the end of Clone Wars with the like orange helmets, the front of the orange helmet. I was able to finally get some of them from Walmart. So um, maybe I'll do another live stream like next weekend where I'll open the rest of those figures I just showed, plus the Ahsoka trooper. And did I have somebody else coming? I can't remember. There was somebody else. I like Alita's role in the show, but I wouldn't mind the original with RC. Yeah, Alita's great in the show. That's true. I pressed a red button and you know what it means. Do I? What does it mean? Oh, that's true. That's right. He was Dracula in the Hammer films. Good call. Yeah, I mean Christopher Lee's, he's had a really great career. Well, I think he's gone now. R.I.P. He was the best. But yeah, he was Dracula. He was in Lord of the Rings. He was great in that. Obviously, he was Count Dooku. So yeah, he did a great job. But I was happy to get him because I've wanted him for a while, and he was going in and out of stock on I think Pulse and Amazon, and I was able to get it. Oh, the stop button. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Um, but yeah, the next ones I'm trying to get. I pre-ordered the Phantom Menace packaging for Jar Jar, Mace Windu, and Qui Gon. So I really want to get them. Qui Gon looks great. I've wanted a Mace Windu for a while, and unfortunately, he kind of went. Like by the time I decided I wanted him, he kind of was gone everywhere. So now that they're reissuing him with the episode 1 packaging, I have a chance to get him again, which I'm pretty excited about. So, but yeah, I have a Keat Fisto. I have Obi-Wan and Anakin from episode 2. Haven't decided if I want Obi-Wan from episode 1. I think I'm going to pass on that. Even though I have the Qui-Gon, I still think I'm going to pass on it. But I just kind of like to get the Jedi that I like, really. So that's why I have, is it Keat Fisto or Kit Fisto, however you say his name. He's just a really cool design. I've always liked him. But yeah, I guess I'll probably end here. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Like I said, happy Valentine's Day. I hope everyone's having fun. And if you have not seen Rebels, you should definitely check it out because it's a great show, really good story, and these figures are really cool. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out, and have a good one. See you guys.